And welcome to the Gadget Spot.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
A day late and many dollars short because we don't make it
We're
late.
not going to be a whole day late. We're a few hours
Tony's
late.
going to bust some butts here. And
What day
get
do we
this done
usually
tonight.
come out? Tuesdays?
Yeah, today.
Tuesday in the late morning, early afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So it'll be later tonight because of some scheduling issues, but we got to work out.
It's me. It's me.
I wasn't going to point fingers. Stop pointing
Hey.
fingers at
Oh.
yourself.
We'd rather move our own schedules than have you be gone.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Because who else will we make fun of?
That's not true.
Man.
I love that you
Oh,
guys have
man.
all been like extraordinarily
who.
mean to me today, but at
Hey.
least one of you has been extraordinarily nice.
I wasn't extraordinarily mean.
I've been both.
Oh, yeah, you were just regular mean.
Yeah, I was regular mean.
I have to be nice because if not, if you aren't here, I'm the low. I get abused.
You get targeted.
You do
So,
not.
Yeah. I have
You
no
get a-
deep.
you
I
get
have
a-
no defense. I just sit here and
You
go,
get
okay.
objectified for your good looks. And
That's
your...
not true.
I think you're good looking.
I don't get objectified for it though.
Oh.
So Tony knows this. I guess everyone here knows this. But when I mean, I feel like I have to be the same amount of nice to even out the meanness. And I think it's a winning strategy.
Well, no, see, the fact that you've admitted it out loud means that we know that none of those compliments are genuine,
Yeah.
is the problem.
No,
with that.
none of the insults are genuine.
You
So-
just, you
You
just
could
barely,
take you could take it both ways.
So
Wait,
you're
yeah.
saying nothing you say is genuine.
So
To put
now I
it-
don't know what to believe.
to put it into a little bit of context, Jaren's been watch the emails in the upcoming weeks because he was especially mean to me over
Oh,
this
man.
to the point where I walked out.
Slam.
And
I just did
afterwards he's like, "Don't worry about it, James. I think you're better looking than I am." And then 2 seconds later he's like, "But I really really low self-esteem." I look.
I think I'm hideous, but you're better looking than
Definitely
me.
better looking than hideous.
I have street trash out in the back, and you're better.
Let's introduce our
I
panelists.
feel like a monster.
The truth hurts, Jaren.
We'll let him stew on that for a minute
Yeah.
while Owen introduces himself.
Hey, I'm Owen. Hey guys, it's been a good 2 weeks. Not really, but I've been in a vortex of
Emotion.
Of self-loathing
a
and
deep vortex of
cryptocurrency.
of obsession. Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at Technoan, and my gamer tag on Xbox is Mordieth84.
You want to know what I've noticed about you? You are our podcast's Tim Ferriss. You, like, when you get latched onto something,
Who is that?
The 4-hour work week, the
Yeah, the
4-hour body.
he's known for, like, dissecting information and finding the most effective way to do something, but, like,
Or at
he's
least
known for,
what he thinks is the most effective way. Of
Yeah,
doing
that's
it.
true.
but
I'm
he's,
very
like,
opinionated.
he's famous / infamous for how much research he does into what he wants to do, and that's what Owen
I
does.
mean, who's tired of my posts about crypto mining?
Me, this
Yeah.
guy right here.
Okay, I am too.
It's not that I don't appreciate them.
I'm okay with it.
You just make me so nervous about my crypto mining situation
Yeah.
because
Well,
you're
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Anyway.
doing so much research and I'm doing nothing, and it feels like, should I be doing more?
And what's your name?
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Introduce yourself.
I've been known as Jaren. My Twitter handle is @Jaren. I don't tweet too much because when I tweet something I think is funny, it gets no reaction at all, and I start to feel pretty bad about myself.
It's harder to be mean when you're not in person.
Yeah.
Shh, he's just trying to garner sympathy.
It's hard to be.
So it's
I'm
not
trying
as
to be
funny.
sympathetic
He's
here.
just trying to
Oh,
garner
right.
sympathy, guys. You're not getting it.
Right.
This is a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Anyway, that's it for me. We should have another game night sometime.
That's what I was going to bring up later
yeah.
on in the episode, after our What We're Playing episode. But my name's James. You can find me obviously here, or if you want to, please watch the videos from Geek Show. I am the video producer, I guess you would say, of the Geek Show podcast. You can check that out. Just search one word Geek Show on YouTube. Or if you want, I do a lot of the videos here on Gadget Spot. You can also find that one word Gadget Spot on YouTube.
You're not just a video producer here. You're a full-on producer.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a content producer, but so are you guys. And if everybody's super, no one is.
Panelist is the word you're looking for. He's a panelist here.
And a producer.
He's a video producer.
But you can find me on Twitter. Unlike Jaren,
Ouch.
I treat my Twitter like a journal. It's fun to look back for me on like certain tweets that I've sent out. So like I treat Facebook and whatever. And you want to know what the funny thing is? So I just barely logged into Facebook, and I saw that I
you
had.
posted on there recently.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Well, it's because I've been seeing a lot of those, like, where were you 4 years ago? Where were you 5 years ago? And I'm
I
like, oh, this
hate
is
those
really
things.
cool. Well, yeah, because it makes you like, oh my gosh, that was.
Sorry.
But so I've been trying to put more pictures up on Facebook. But no, I just noticed I had almost 30 notifications from like an hour ago, and I realized I was still logged in as Carrie on Facebook. So I was like, oh.
Did you update his status?
I always do when I'm uploading.
No, I mean with your own.
Oh no.
Okay, good.
But I just thought that was it went from like super happy to like super not happy like in 2 seconds because it's not me.
Because we're nobodies.
If you want to game with me, you can catch me on Xbox One at Funeral Taters. That's Funeral Space Taters. And as soon as I get my gamer tag, whenever that comes out for the Switch, because I've been playing more of that lately, and we'll get into that after the introductions. I will hand that out. Also, we got a host.
Hey, it's me, Tony.
Just woke up from a nap.
Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony,
I'm awake.
or on the Geek Show, or here. Yeah.
Do you have any other like social media outlets that you like to pimp out?
No. I hardly ever get on Facebook. Twitter is the most used one that I have. I'm not an Instagrammer, not a Snapchatter.
We did have a horrible Star Wars parody account.
It lasted about a week.
Yeah.
What were you like the emo Kylo Ren kind of parody account?
Yeah, a little bit
We
like that.
tried, but it didn't. We got lazy.
What was it?
Well, Tony tweeted once. I tweeted like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, like I said, we got lazy.
What was that handle?
Cubicle Jedi.
Cubicle Jedi. It was a take on what it would be like if Star Wars universe existed in the Office, like in an Office universe.
Oh,
so the character was a Jedi that was a office worker in a cubicle.
Yeah.
So it was amazing for a day.
James is not impressed.
It's a fun idea.
Yep, sure was.
And it's been deleted, so you can't see our horrible tweets. So
It's all gone. We deleted it.
Did one of the tweets have to do with a fax?
No.
Oh.
Let's do some Patreon. We gotta give a shout out to our tech daddies.
And if you don't know what Patreon is a website that you can go to and you help support creators like us. It's a non-obligatory commitment that you sign up for, and it just charges you once a month. There's different tiers if you sign up on the website. Our handle is patreon.com/gadgetspot. We have 3 different tiers. We have a $2, a $4, and a $6, I believe. The $2 is just a big thank you for helping out, and the 4 and the 6 get exclusive content. Like last month's content. What did we do for May?
I thought they all get exclusive content. We
Yeah,
just do the shout out.
They all get the content.
Yeah.
Only the top level
that's right.
gets the shout out, though.
Yeah, and we mention you, and as Tony's loading that up, we're going to read the names. But what did we do this last month? What did we do for May? I don't
Didn't we
remember
do the
off the-
Let's Play video?
No, I want to say that was April.
Was that April?
No, was May the extra like 15-minute
Yeah,
podcast?
May was a mini cast,
That's
mini
right.
podcast.
I wanted to
Yeah,
talk.
that was I remember that very badly.
I don't want to overstep my bounds, but I think I got a good idea for what we're gonna do for June.
Awesome.
That could tentatively make listeners money. So
It sounds illegal, so maybe you shouldn't
No,
say
it's
it
not
over
illegal.
the air.
What?
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off the air. I should have talked to you guys about it before we started, but
Yep.
it's a good idea. This next one will hopefully be a more cryptocurrency route.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
So
We'll see. All right, so the thank yous. First of all, we got AJ Jasper. Thanks, AJ. Aaron Harris. Thank you, Aaron. David Osuna. Thanks, David. Roger Allen. Thank you, Roger. Jeffrey Kale. Thank you, Jeffrey. Dan Clark. Thanks, Dan. Squanchy. Thank you, Squanchy.
squanch you.
Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
Adam Hecht. Thanks, Adam. David Broshinsky. Thanks, David.
Broshinsky.
Michael Beck. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, Michael Beck. We know Michael Beck.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Brian Lee. Thanks, Brian. Matt Nelson. Thank you, Matt. Austin Beauregard. Thank you, Austin.
And Austin Beauregard, just tuned into this next week's video email. He was one of the guys that wrote to us.
Yep. And Conrad Southworth. Thank you, Conrad.
That dude has a cool last name, Southworth.
It's pretty cool.
Coming from a guy whose last name is Jensen, I might as well just have a last name like Vanilla.
Yeah,
You know?
you're right. I'm
Yeah.
going to call you Vanilla from now on.
Really?
Excitable James Vanilla.
Oh,
Is that a white joke?
And with a first name like James too. I mean, how?
How much more generic can you get?
Exactly.
Don't worry, guys. It's just my name. It's the thing that people call me by. You know what though? Say what you will, but
You
I
go
like
by
the
Jim?
It is kind of superhero-like, though, because it's got the alliteration.
Oh,
it's the
man.
alliteration that I really like.
Yeah.
Nobody calls you Jim?
Yeah.
No.
I'm
He could
calling
be
you
like-
Jim from now on.
Why?
Excitable Jim.
Yeah. It's like,
Why?
Because it's short for James.
I went by Jimmy when I worked at Pizza Hut.
That fits.
Jim.
You totally
I
look
think
like
you
a
could
Jimmy.
look like a Jimmy at a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I
You look
I-
like a Jimmy outside of a Pizza Hut.
Does it
Thank
feel
you.
good with us like taking apart your identity?
I don't care.
Oh.
I
Sad.
feel like I already have such a fractured personality as it is that I'm already a vulnerable enough person to where you guys can just say whatever and I'll just laugh.
It just passes through the cracks in the fracture.
Is this
already.
audio going to appear on the making of a serial killer?
It might. I think we should be worried.
I'm gonna stab you guys and wear your faces on my face.
Oh, I've heard that before. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nothing new for Jared.
I'm gonna turn
I will stab you and wear your face. You get that a lot, Jared?
Just a Tuesday.
I'm gonna turn Tony's inner thighs into a lampshade.
Oh.
There's enough of them.
couple
His
lamps in
skin
there.
is very white. It'll like brighten up the whole
It'll
room.
glow.
It turns into a black light and I see all the splotches and then I just get bummed.
Ah, joke's on you. I get the last laugh.
Blub, 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 blub.
All right.
That's disgusting.
Let's talk about what we're playing,
Yeah,
right?
this should be fairly short because I don't think any of us are playing much.
Yeah, I played a few hours of
All
Horizon
right.
Zero Dawn.
There you go, Jared.
How do you like it?
The first hour, I'm like, oh, the second hour really got me though. Like actually hunting down the robot dinosaurs, it's fun.
Robosaurs.
Robosaurs.
Is that
Really?
what they're called?
Robosaurus Rex. No,
Ooh.
I don't know.
I like that.
It's fun though. Graphics, like I said earlier, are amazing, but gameplay is pretty fun. That's all I got for now.
Nice. Owen.
I played.
Oh, I got more.
Oh, he's got more.
Go.
Wow, that came from behind.
Go.
That's what she said. I played a little bit of Zelda. I beat my first Silver Lionel.
Where do you find the silver ones?
I don't know. They're just out there. The silver ones are the hardest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one when you go to the Coliseum, it's the first thing that you take on.
Oh, that's the silver one? I built it. I beat that one.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah, not a big
Wait.
deal.
Are
Way to
you
go.
sure?
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to freeze it for more than half a second?
Who freezes it?
That's the best
The
way
way-
to fight him.
That's the yeah,
No,
that's
the best way to fight
them.
them is you wait for them to swipe at you, and then you X jump backflip backwards, and then it goes in that slow motion, and then you just hit them.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I
that
probably
never get
sounds-
hit by those guys.
That sounds good too, but if you just use the time stop on them, it freezes them, and you can just
Yeah, the silver ones
smash
though,
them.
they're only frozen for half a second, so that does
maybe it wasn't
nothing.
a silver one then.
See,
Yeah.
the only time that I ever use the time stop is when I'm not on horseback and I have those goblins.
Bokoblins?
Yeah, bokoblins that are coming after me,
Bokoblins.
and you freeze
Bokoblins?
them, and it's
I don't know.
like out of a Looney Tunes cartoon. They're just stuck in time right there,
Yeah.
and their horse keeps going.
Oh, I've never done that.
That sounds awesome. I
Yeah,
gotta
that's
try
the
that.
best way to beat them.
I always just shoot them with an arrow and they fall off.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but then
pretty
you
easy.
waste an arrow.
It's true. And they're a pain in the butt to get.
Anyway, just wanted
Sometimes.
to say the thing about the silver Lionel. That's
See, and for me with the arrows, I just go from stable to stable, and there's always a beetle at every one of the stables. And so in between red moons, I just go and
It's the same beetle.
yeah, but
all.
like
What?
it's
Get
it's-
out.
It's all the same, but like he has more arrows.
He
that
restocks.
Yeah.
Didn't you beat it, James?
Yeah, I did.
Congratulations.
Did we
Well-
want to talk?
We'll get to that.
We
It's Owen's turn.
oh.
Oh, but
Jeez.
it was so natural.
I played
right.
about an hour of
No,
Minecraft with
James,
my kids.
go.
That's it.
Just kidding. What, Owen?
I played about an hour of Minecraft with my kids.
In the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all I've been able to play.
been busy.
Yeah.
So, do your kids give you a good gamer score? Because I noticed you're like the top ranking person of all my friends list
on what?
on Xbox.
Oh, for his
What's rank?
achievement points or
Yeah,
whatever?
whatever
yeah.
it's called.
Yeah, probably.
Man,
Now, is that because your kids actually get you a lot of achievement points in the games, or you just have a lot of diverse games?
Don't have a lot of games. I mean,
or do you make your kids get achievement points for you?
they did a lot of achievements on before we created them their own kid accounts on the Xbox. They were playing a lot of they wanted to do survival mode in the Minecraft and got a lot of achievements. They would actually go look them up and go do them.
What's weird to me is that you have kids that are of age to comprehend games as well as they do. Because you are like, when I see you, I always think you're my age.
Yeah, I act young, and yeah.
You act never mind.
I don't feel like you.
See, thank you, Jaren, for not saying that. I know it was hurtful and mean,
Did you see
and I'm glad
his
you rolled that
face?
back.
He censored himself, and it looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
It looked like you stubbed your toe.
Yeah.
I know. I really wanted to say it, but I couldn't.
You look old.
That was so mean.
Yeah, but that's what your insides was saying.
No, I was not going to say that. I was going to compliment him.
All right.
Oh, did it hurt that bad to hold back a compliment? Because fine, I see how you are.
It's like holding in a fart.
I can't do it.
All right,
you
so-
look really good today.
You
look fairly adequate. James,
Anyway.
what have you
So
been playing?
I did beat Zelda Breath of the Wild this last week. I kind of sprinted to the end, I'm not going to lie, because of the amount of time I was spending playing that game. I was literally at work and then coming home and playing that game every night for like the past several weeks. To put it into perspective, I put like 100 and something hours into it, and I beat it in a little over a month. So
That's mucho.
yeah, and that's that's a lot for me considering I don't feel like I'm a huge gamer like that.
Do they calculate your time?
Yeah.
They save it for you?
Keeps it.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't give you the exact time. It's like if
Gives
it's,
you up to the hour.
yeah, but I really like the game. I'm gonna take my score from like a perfect 10 down to a 9, but that doesn't really. I don't know. It's just more my shortcomings than I feel like the game's shortcomings.
Why are you punishing the game for your own shortcomings?
Well,
then?
here it's almost like a paradox to where Ocarina of Time to me will always be the Zelda game. That's like the defining Zelda game to me. But at the same time, like when you get into some of those temples, like the Water Temple or the Shadow Temple, like they feel so arduous. Like they're so
yeah, you
long.
wanna pull your hair out doing the freaking water temple.
But the thing is, with Zelda Breath of the Wild, I've only came into contact with maybe 3 puzzles that were head scratchers. Like the rest, it just moves so smoothly.
See, I've never liked Zelda for the puzzle part of the game.
You liked it for the RPG?
Yeah.
And see, for me, if I wanted to play an RPG, I would go more the route of a JRPG, as far as like enjoyment factor. But
And if I wanted to play a game for puzzles, I wouldn't be playing Zelda.
But do you guys that have played Zelda, do you kind of get what I'm saying? It's not like the hardest thing in the world. Like
No, it's not
I
hard.
feel like the puzzles could have been a little bit harder.
But you still feel a sense of accomplishment after you complete the puzzles.
See, to me, it's more a sense of exploration in like.
Well, and
That's how this one is for me, for
Yeah.
sure.
well, and what it does really well. But I'm just saying, like when I get to the Divine Beasts, I heard that the last one that I did. Which do you guys want to hear? The last one that I did.
No.
Okay.
I don't care.
The
There's
last
4.
one that I
You already
did-
know what they are.
The last
Yeah.
one, okay. The last one that I did was the camel because I heard that one was the most difficult, and it wasn't that difficult. The game, like every one of the divine beasts, have a different mechanic that
Right.
goes into it that pretty much controls the whole thing, and that one took me like a couple of more seconds to like catch on to than the average one, but. At no point in time did I have to get online. The only time I'd get online and look up a guide is if I have 2 pieces of armor and I don't know where the third one is, and I don't want to. I mean, the game's so big that I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna find where it
Spent
is.
forever trying to find it.
I agree.
But other than that, and this is where I wanted to talk to Jaren about it. I bought ARMS, and I have a review of ARMS.
You bought ARMS?
I did.
Oh,
because-
wow, I told you not to.
Because yeah, you did, and I had my finger on the trigger, and then you said not to, so I didn't. And then I looked at my Switch, and I'm like, I don't really like Shovel Knight very much.
What about Splatoon? It's coming out in a few weeks.
Well, that just because I have one, it doesn't mean I can't get the other. But like I'm just
a good
saying,
point.
like I needed a reason to continue playing with my Switch. I don't want to stop gaming, like handheld gaming on the go.
I see.
But I want to get your take. What do you think of ARMS? Do you have the full game?
I think he's past
Or
his
just
90
the demo?
seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
You're way past your 90 seconds.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no,
I'll be
By
done
the way.
if you don't
This
want.
this is on the show notes though, talking about ARMS.
Okay, do it.
I did the beta for about an hour, I think.
So you didn't play the full game?
Didn't play the full game, but I think the beta was pretty well representative of what it's like.
Yep.
I'm not a big fighting game fan, and I don't think ARMS will do anything to convert anyone who isn't a fighting game fan. It's cool how it's in third-person perspective instead of like side type of stuff, but the motion controls they were okay, but it was still a fighting game. I didn't like it, and it was just kind of meh to me.
Yeah. ARMS to me is a definitive 5 out of 10 game. Like it is a meh game. It should not at all be $60. Like I have no idea how they're getting away. I mean, obviously they're getting away with it because I've been playing it.
I've seen that online from numerous folks. $60 is too much for that game. It should be $30 at the most.
I read plenty of reviews where people were raving about it.
No, I'm talking about just regular users, not review sites.
Motion controls, I think I would have enjoyed them a lot more if I liked fighting games, like I said. But
motion controls I could see being fun in like a party setting, but as far as like practicality playing by yourself, they're garbage.
I didn't feel like I had very good control of what I was doing.
Yeah.
Although other people that I've read, they have said the opposite about it. So
see, and I believe I completely believe that they're smart for doing it, but the only reason why it's $60 is because there's not really that much out on the Switch store right now, and people will, like me, pay that much money to continue just having an excuse to play their Switch.
Yeah.
So that's all I've been playing.
I'm super excited for Splatoon 2, though.
I'm buying that day one.
Yeah, that game
I never got the
fun.
first one, but I've heard enough good things about the first one.
Yeah, I tried the beta a few months ago. It's a good game.
Did you not like Splatoon either?
I played the beta of
Tony
Splatoon 2.
doesn't like happiness.
It wasn't for me. I could see the appeal, but it wasn't for me.
I think it'd be super fun in a local multiplayer session.
You know what game was fun? Was that Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game. That was like surprisingly fun.
Oh yeah, me and my son play that a lot actually.
Yeah,
put that on my list. I played that for about an hour.
Number 1 or number 2?
Both.
I think we're on.
I like one better.
I think we're doing number 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anywho,
nice.
Tony.
What? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been playing the same thing as last time. A little bit of Deus Ex. Oh no, I forget. I scored a PS4 Pro from not the whole thing, but a good portion of
Half
it was paid
it?
for.
Oh.
A good portion of it was paid for by work as my 5-year anniversary for being employed there.
Be prepared to play the best game you've ever played in your life.
He's talking about The Last of Us, which I'm replaying, and it is amazing.
Uncharted 4, man.
I noticed that Last of Us has an updated edition.
Yeah.
What's different?
You have Remastered that came out for the PS4, and then they added more. They didn't add more to it, but they updated the graphics a little further with the PS4 Pro.
It's in 4K. Native.
What? Is it native?
That's one of the only native 4K games.
Oh, and it is HDR as well.
Yep.
So it
looks good.
It looks really. I mean, you can still tell it's a little bit of an older game.
Yeah.
But it still looks pretty dang good, and it still plays great. So I love The Last of Us. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time. At least the first time I played it through, anyway. So far, the second time through, it's been over a year since I played it, and it's still a lot of fun. So I've been playing that and Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. That's about it.
What's kind of funny is I'm in an ethics and values class, and they actually talked about The Last of Us.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah. Just like the ethical choices. Have all you guys played Last of Us?
Don't spoil it for the listeners, though, because the ending's pretty sweet.
That game's been out for
5
years.
I know somebody personally...
slight spoiler alert.
I know somebody personally who's playing it right now, and I don't want to spoil it for him.
Well, okay.
Spoiler alert.
There's a little...
Ty's never played Last of Us?
He's playing it right now.
Oh, my goodness.
There's a little... If whatever you're doing, just skip forward 30 seconds. There's a point in the game where you have to choose to either save her. Well, I mean, you don't really get to choose, but like you kill a bunch of people just to save her.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we talked about.
And yeah,
that's not really a choice. You can't,
no, it's part of the narrative.
Yeah, it's just part of the narrative. But man, that game's so good, good. Okay, moving on to let's talk a little bit about USPS informed delivery.
Woo!
Who put that on there?
I did.
Why are we talking about the post office?
This is an awesome service that the Postal Service has instituted. I actually wanted to talk about it months ago, but I forgot, and then we got busy talking about other things. But really quickly, pretty much what it is, every morning the Postal Service will send you an email showing you what letters you will be receiving that day.
What?
Letters?
Yes.
Wow.
Can you reject them? Can you put a... You can't do anything. It's just information?
No, yeah, it's just information.
That sounds like junk mail from a junk mail.
And for a person like me who hates getting the mail because my mailbox is like across the street on the other side of the road,
I live in a huge house in a
If there's
nice
nothing-
cul-de-sac.
I only have to check the mail now when I know something in there is worthwhile.
I don't
Yeah, but
like
how-
sauntering over.
That's
What,
wrong.
they take a picture of the front or something?
Yeah,
or?
to take a picture of the front.
Oh.
So I can
So-
tell if it's just junk mail today, or I can tell if I'm actually getting something.
The problem with that, though, is if you go multiple days in a row without wanting to get the mail, your mailbox, like mine, will become full. And if you're anything
I've
like
gone
us,
like 2 weeks.
with that one,
Yeah.
we got I think it was only a week for us. We got a note on our door from the post office that said,
Empty your mailbox,
Yeah, your
you jerk,
mailbox
young
is-
hippies.
Pick up your email.
your mailbox is full. Please empty it.
Awesome.
Huh. Take pictures.
So do you have to sign up for that, or is
Yeah,
that
it's a
so
free sign up.
where do you go?
I have a link in the show notes.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna
Easy.
do that right
It's
now.
awesome.
the already struggling USPS, which they are making a comeback. I'll have to say.
I would say thank you to Amazon.
Yeah.
if I was them.
They are making a comeback in that arena, but they spent their money on a video system
That's
to
what it sounds
record
like.
the mail to
They're-
take pictures of it.
No, they're already scanning it for the address anyway. So
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
that's
but I
true.
that's
feel like
true.
that's such like an owner's. He has a son who just doesn't have a job, and he's like, well, I got to give him something to do, so let's just give him this.
Yeah,
And then they got an intern, and then 2 interns, and here we are.
here we are.
it's a
Great.
cool service. I enjoy it.
Are you signed up?
Oh yeah, I've been
And
signed
it-
up for the last few months.
And it works, and it like you just
Works beautifully.
Oh wow,
And it's free.
and it's free. I might have to try that out.
All right, let's talk about. Okay, let's get this out of the way first, and we'll talk about the rest of everything on here. We're going to talk a little bit about some crypto mining updates, because in the last episode we talked about how we're all invested.
We all
now
kind of jumped
in
into that.
Ethereum.
Yeah, we got to start off with this email though.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
it's about crypto mining.
Yep. So this is from Joshua Hatton. He says, "Hey guys, you were talking about the mining rigs you are building, and I was curious as to the hardware and software you were using for your build. Also, have you guys thought about pooling your machines? I would totally join the Gadget Spot mining pool when I build my rig. That is, Josh. P.S. Love the show. P.P.S. Geek Show says, hey, sent from a tiny computer I keep in my pocket.
He's talking about a smartphone.
I think he's talking about a smartphone.
I'm pretty sure it's an
Yeah.
EPC. Come on.
What the?
Oh, yeah.
Ethereum just went
Might
up
be.
from like 200 today to 286.
Yeah,
It's super volatile.
Dude,
It's
if you're
super
good at
volatile.
day
Come on.
trading, we're going to get into this in just a second, but just anybody who's looking into getting into day trading, if you got a lot of money and it's burning a hole in your pocket, get online, go to www.coinbase.com, and that is the most user-friendly Ethereum buying and selling, and it also has Litecoin and Bitcoin.
We don't got anyone rich listening to us. They have better things to be
But
doing.
I'm just saying,
true.
like if you've been wanting to get into this, that is the easiest jumping off point. It's
and
like
it's kind of a good time, right? I mean, all coin markets across
It's-
the board are dropping a little bit.
it's-
So
it's bouncing.
It's definitely an interesting time.
they're calling it taking a breath. They
Yeah.
do a lot of this in rapid gains, and then
People
the
are-
market takes a breath.
They're waiting. Have they decided it's called taking a breath? Because I saw other people the other day saying it was time for market correction,
Yeah,
which means that could be a lot more of a
change.
A change.
Yeah,
than-
I think their mark on that is sub 200. If it gets
Oh,
there,
okay.
they're kind of thinking that.
So
But
should we talk about the hardware and software we're using?
Yeah, so hardware wise, we all went the same route, except for me because I already had some hardware lying around. But all of these guys went with the R5 1600.
Yep.
1500X.
Oh, 1500X. Okay,
Yep.
1500X CPU and either a gigabyte motherboard or an
I went with ASRock.
ASRock. But we all went with 1070s for dual 1070s.
Yeah,
Before they got expensive, we snuck in like
barely
Yeah.
a week before.
I mean, and I
How
still
much-
play.
wait.
I still paid a lot more than you.
How
guys
much
did.
are they
Yeah.
now? Just wondering.
If you can get a used 1070 for $450.
That's crazy. I
How
paid-
much-
$450. If you
how
want
much
a
are
new
they
one,
new right now?
New, you're looking at $500-$550.
And how much should we get them for?
I got it for $355.
Yeah,
James
see,
and
I
I-
paid. See, I came in at like $400 because I missed the B stock.
Yeah,
stuff.
we got
Dude,
B
when I-
stock from EVGA 1070 super clocks for $320.
Tony
Yeah.
put that in the Slack, and I jumped on that like it was.
So I've been auto notified 2 times. The B stocks come back in, and they've raised it up to 400.
So they've done. So we got ours. It was a special that day, the B stock, but it was only $10 off. So normally they were $330. We
Right.
got them for $320 that day, but they have gone up. That would be a 20% increase basically
Yeah.
in price from EVGA.
Yep,
not from a
EVGA,
reseller.
exactly. The EVGA is jumping on this. And by the way, both those times I've been notified, from EVGA about the B stock being in there. Less than an hour later, they're all gone.
Well, $400 is at this current time
It's
still the best
a great deal. Yep.
So for software, we're all using Windows 10, and then some of us are using the Claymore miner.
Some of us are using just Genoil.
Oils, and then the Claymore will mine both Sia coin and Ether. So
At very, very little impact to your Ether mining.
Yeah, they use
actually my Ether mining's higher than what it was with the
Because of
Genoils.
the Claymore.
Yeah.
Claymore actually has a I have to say it has a better the tweaks they did.
It's better optimized.
Yeah, better optimization.
Even with the dev cut.
Yeah.
Even with?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
maybe I'll have to switch to Claymore.
And the first rule about avoiding the dev fee is that you don't talk about avoiding the dev
That's
fee.
right.
But if you want to know about it, I have done many hours. What's that guy's name?
Wait, so what miner?
I mean, technically,
Tim
it's
Ferriss.
It's,
You're like the Tim.
I've Tim Ferriss this.
it's taking money that should belong to the dev, though.
I
so.
have no problem, and I'll say I'm not going to say
Well,
whether
let's
or
not
not
talk about it much on the podcast.
I'm not going to say I'm not avoiding dev fees. I'll just say that right now. I looked into it, and it's just I am a little bit miffed about it though, because you pay if I just bought the mining or the software for $30 one time, that supports the dev, and he has hundreds of thousands of people using it now. With how many people are...
He's looking long-term, though.
Yeah,
He wants the subscription
the way
style.
he does it is that he takes 1%. If you single mine, he takes 1% of your Ethereum, and he takes your machine for a second and hashes and sends it to his wallet until he gets 1% of what you've been making. If you dual mine, he takes 2%. And when you are running a 2 video card, a 2 GPU rig like we are, it's not a ton. It's about $3 a month.
So let's take a step back and explain what cryptocurrency is, because
I
know a lot of our listeners have no idea what it is. They've only heard about it.
Who am I mining with then?
Genoil.
You're using Genoil.
You're using
Is that a good one?
They're free.
It's
It's
fine.
free. It's just not as optimized, so you don't get quite as good a hash rate.
So should I not put that one on my
Owen, I'm gonna
main
hug you.
Ethereum?
I'm sorry.
Should I not put that one on my main Ethereum mining rig? Because I've been dabbling with the idea of dual mining on that.
Let's really talk about it before we get into the
okay.
tech.
Yeah,
stuff.
let's explain cryptocurrency first. So, for those of
Good
you,
luck, by the way.
so it is a myriad. So first of all, I'm going to say the same advice that I've gotten from everybody I've talked to. Don't listen to people on podcasts about cryptocurrency.
Turn this off right now.
Don't take advice from people on podcasts about cryptocurrency.
Just fast forward to the next 5
Go do your
6
own
minutes.
research. We can give you guides and stuff like that. And
Don't take our advice, but we can explain a little bit what it is.
Yeah, so the idea behind cryptocurrency is a decentralized banking system, right? And so you hear the word blockchain, and people are like, "Oh, blockchain! I'm going to go." And not everybody. If you get into crypto mining, you know that the reason why we use GPUs is because we're solving math puzzles to
create coins.
Basically. Coins.
And are these math puzzles worth anything? Are they for the betterment of humanity at all?
No.
These are actually, when you are solving a problem, you're not actually breaking down a block. You're
that's what
actually
they
creating a block in the chain.
Yeah.
Because your GPUs have just actually created a mark in the ledger. Think of blockchain like a ledger for all the transactions. That's why it can't be forged. It can't be adjusted because it's decentralized. It's on everybody's computer, and they all validate the change.
So it's like peer-to-peer.
It is peer-to-peer validation. So having it on every computer means that the only way you could ever fool a blockchain is if you had
fooled everybody at once.
You have to fool everybody at once.
Yeah.
And that's basically impossible.
It's impossible.
So why does cryptocurrency have value?
Because people say it does.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
It's the same
Isn't
reason.
that hilarious?
That's how most physical goods are too, though. I mean,
right.
Why does gold
property
have value?
values, things like that.
Art.
Yeah, art. Another great
Yeah,
example.
money is only as valuable as the public trust.
Exactly.
And cryptocurrency is a little bit different because it literally has no physical value. At least with a house or a painting, you can say, well, the supplies is worth $100.
So the money...
Bitcoin has no physical value, but there are two cryptocurrencies out there that I've looked into. This one we're looking at, Ethereum, Ether, and Sia coin, have actual monetary value based on what you can use it for.
Right.
You can use it for buying and selling Bitcoin if you want, but there's also Ethereum. You can use your Ether to buy a computation on the cloud peer-to-peer
right. for services.
network for services. And then with Sia, you can buy decentralized encrypted cloud storage.
Right.
So you basically, in reality, what this is kind of doing, if you ask me, and it could go this route, is it's creating a decentralized internet.
Yeah.
Is what it's doing.
That's kind of what they've said at the better internet.
And going back to your previous statement, how it doesn't have any value, neither does money, neither does the
That's
U.S.
true.
dollar.
It used to.
It used to. It used to be backed by gold,
yeah.
but
Right,
the only reason it
exactly.
has value today is because the
We
public
say it do.
trusts it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
when you think about it, that's how gold is too. Why did we decide that gold was worth something?
Well, and
Because we had to kill people for it.
I think we hit on this a couple of episodes ago, and exactly along with what you're saying. Back in times of like ancient Egypt, iron was far more valuable than gold,
Right.
because you could build much better weapons out of iron than you could out of gold. Gold was just decorative.
Yep.
And so it's just whatever the public decides, and the public, for some reason, decided a few years back that fake cryptocurrency was worth something. So now it's worth something.
Well, and last Wednesday, there was a pretty big transaction that happened on the network, and everything crashed. And Ethereum went from a high of like 400 to 10 cents. It was only for a minute or
like a minute or
but
two.
can you imagine everybody that bought in?
The two emotions
Yeah.
I can imagine going into this is the person that's like,
Oh my
all right,
gosh.
it's 400 for one. I'm gonna buy one for 400, and then he sees his bank account and he's like, I'm getting out of my basement.
Yep.
And then the other one is like the guy
that would, if you bought $400 worth at 10 cents, Jaron, you're the accountant. How many is that? $400 worth at 10 cents. $400 worth at 10 cents a coin.
And then let's say
how many ether coins would that have been?
40.
No, that's
40 is
not
for
right.
100, right? It'd have been $100.
$400 at
1,200
10
coins.
cents a coin.
Times 400 times
Oh,
0.1.
no. 10 cents is, we're bad at math, but that's 10 per 100, right?
No.
Yeah.
So it goes down to
10 per dollar.
It goes down to 10 cents, and then those
400 times 0.1 is 40.
That can't be right.
No.
Because you get 10 per dollar.
10 per dollar.
What's the question?
How many
4,000?
ether coins could you buy if they were 10 cents a piece and you spent $400?
Oh, you see,
and then the price went back up to 400.
No, that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant at this point.
the
Those
way you
people are
phrase the
very
question
happy.
didn't make sense.
Anywho,
It made perfect sense. It
And
was
then
like
the-
4,000
and
ether
then,
coin.
And then the
Yeah.
other reaction is the guy who bought it at like 260, and then he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to get a little bit of cash out of
And
this.
sell it.
And then he gets like $5.
Boom.
Oh, man. So there was panic.
But the what's it called? Ether Exchange or
Yeah.
whoever it is that backs that
GDX.
They refunded the people that got screwed.
yeah,
by
They
it.
refunded them, but did they take money from the people that
They had
did
to
not.
So the
They
way
honored it.
So
Yeah.
they got a freaking deal.
the people that got screwed because a lot of people put into their day trading app, if it drops below X, trade,
Sell. Yeah.
say sell. And so these people, it dropped and it just triggered all their autos, and they dumped. One guy dumped. I might have gone a little overboard on my
Your research.
research, but I have joined no less than 3 groups about Ethereum and on Facebook. And
I'm
other,
so glad
other
I have a
areas.
friend like you.
And I do all the mind numbing legwork.
Yep,
like-
not by our request.
No.
just because you want to.
I'm like, I wonder how much Lehigh Power is. So I called them yesterday. I don't even live in Lehigh. I don't live in the city of this area. So, but yes, they had a lot of people. One guy had his system dump 22 Ethereum.
22 Ethereum for
Just-
$2.20.
It dropped it when it because
Oh,
it
man.
crashed because it started to fluctuate. And anyways, there was a big outcry. Everybody out there is just saying the meme hodl. Have you seen guys?
Yeah,
seen the
hodl. Because
hodl?
it misspelled the word hold.
Yeah, and of course, everybody that's mining Ethereum is saying hold because not because they want to hold, but because the more people that hold, the better Ethereum does.
So the guy that spent $400, I misunderstood what you were asking earlier, bought 4,000 ether coins.
Right. And
If
then-
he sold them that same day when the price went back up, he made $1.2 million.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
That was just an example. We don't know
yeah.
how many. Like, if,
I have
even
no
if that
confirmed.
actually
I have no
happened.
confirmed events of actually people picking it
Yeah.
up at 10 cents or 20 cents, but everybody is lamenting that they didn't,
Yeah.
or lamenting that it did.
Oh darn! I wish I
Yeah.
would have been up in the middle of the night and seen
Yeah.
this. And
Yeah. I was.
That to me is like winning the lottery. I mean, you can think how cool it'd be, but you can't plan for
Yeah,
something.
I was
like that.
technically up, and
Were you?
Yeah,
You weren't watching the market at that point, though, were you?
No.
You were?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I just didn't.
Were you the person that bought all those shares?
No, I didn't. It was a company called Status. This company called Status. So when there's something called an initial coin offering, or ICO, you'll see that a lot out there if you start researching it. And that's when these companies that start these altcoins, they get a valuation, and these people get an initial coin offering. So this company Status got an ICO from Ethereum saying, if you back us $20 million, we'll give you this much Ethereum. And Status dumped a big chunk of their Ethereum
sold it off
to move into more secure markets, and it caused Ethereum to dip.
Is that why it's bouncing so much right now?
Yeah. All the altcoins across all the coins across the cryptocurrency world are kind of at a decline, but
they're all extremely volatile.
Yeah, and everybody's just saying hold, and it'll go back up, and it has. I mean, Ethereum's recovered, not to where it was by any means, but it's climbing again.
Should our listeners build mining rigs?
That's not for us to say.
I don't know.
That's if you want to do it as like a hobby.
That's why.
Honestly, you see a coin if you already have a rig at your house.
If you've already got like
why not?
if you've already got a GTX 1060 or better, you could start mining Sia coin and do pretty well. Ethereum's not. I don't know that I'd do Ethereum on a 1060, but a lot of people do because they're cheaper and they use a little bit less power.
The thing with mining Ethereum though is like, even if you got two decent graphics cards like our 1070s, we only pull down about 55 megahash ish around there.
I'm at 60. I mean, I'm at 59.
Hold on, let me see what the proof is at right now. Hold on.
You're at 59. I'm at 58.5.
59.1.
So
50.3.
At that point, you're still only making about 0.75 Ether per month.
Yeah.
Per month.
So you're looking at one Ether coin is around $200 to $300.
Yeah. So that's still pretty cool, but even if you're looking to like, it's a long term, hobby kind of
if you start mining,
investment.
and if you start dual mining SIA, you're upping your power. So you have to look at this. People are like, oh, I can just mine. You have to remember that you're going to start pulling lots of power, and you're literally trading power for money,
for coins,
for coins, or in this case,
and not to mention upfront costs if you don't already have the gear.
To jump in, it's really loaded in the front. It's front loaded. I
forgot to say that the hardware I'm using besides the 1070s is my old gaming rig, a 3770K i7 with just like a MSI board with 16 gigs of RAM.
And you're just using that for Ethereum. You're not dual mining, right?
No, I'm not dual mining. So
because you can use your fantastic new Ryzen to dual mine.
So is there anything else we wanted to hit on with crypto?
Let's move on from right here, and then we can do an update.
I'll just say this: if you want more information, I'm not sure I can give it to you, but if you want to email us and ask us questions, I can answer those offline, off air. So. Because there's a lot of information.
We're probably not gonna answer cryptocurrency questions in the email things just because.
But I will answer them.
It gets boring quick.
It gets boring, and we don't want to give money advice either.
That's but if you want to know some of the resources I found and some of the groups I joined or where I got my information, let me know, and I can send you some of that information. There's literally so much information out there. So
I'll say this: this was my first computer I built from scratch, all by myself.
You feel good, right?
I felt like a man.
Yeah. Tony helped me build mine, and oh my gosh, I felt so. Is this what it's like to change your oil in your car?
Yeah. Jared, you got yours up pretty good. So the one thing that I did different is
what she said.
I built an aluminum case. I built an aluminum case. So did you guys
built an open air
because
what did you build?
An open case.
Oh, I just wanted you to say an aluminum case again.
Aluminium case. So I can expand mine. I also got a bigger power supply.
We get it. You're cool. Okay?
No, I'm not. I'm more broke.
I'm
more broke.
How much did it cost to make that case? It was probably fairly inexpensive.
Oh yeah, it was pretty cheap.
$30.
How much were the screws for it? Like 2 cents a piece?
Yeah, I spent about $30 or $40 on the case because the aluminum was actually pretty expensive.
Yeah.
To get the angle.
I spent like $50 on mine. Didn't have to do a thing.
Yeah.
Just use your smoker, melt down the aluminum.
He can easily add more graphics cards.
Yeah, I can
if he wants.
So
it was fun though. For me, it was a good experience because I finally got to build a computer, and
it works as a gaming computer. If this all goes sideways anyway,
if all goes belly up, it's not that much of a risk, and I have a gaming computer where I could sell it.
You could sell those graphics cards and get all your money back plus some right now.
That's true.
When the market turned and Ether took a dip into like the low 200s, I didn't even feel bad because I'm like, Like, I could just sell my stuff. It's fine.
You can get a pretty good return on those cards right now if you wanted.
Versus, like, when it went up to 400 so fast, I'm like, man, I should have just put all that money into Ethereum.
Right.
Gosh dang.
Once again, how are you going to know?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
It goes back to what you said earlier.
And the last thing, if you're looking to get video cards, they're up right now really high. Like
Not a good time to buy
over
graphics cards.
Over $150 for pricing, but
a premium.
But one thing we can talk about as we move on here is those headless versions that.
Oh yeah, there's a
NVIDIA.
couple of companies out there that are starting to make cryptocurrency specific
jumping on the bandwagon
GPUs that only have like one video out
or none
even.
Right.
You have Asus, I believe, is making one. And MSI is also making one, I believe, with the two brands.
Those two actually have out ads and PR, and they've already started the campaign. You can start looking at those, but they're based off the 1060 chipset.
So the MSI one is AMD.
Oh yeah, right.
It's based off the 570 or the 470.
It's
I think it's the 570.
Yep.
And the other one is from Asus is based off the 1060.
Yep.
So the 570 will get you more hash than a 1060, right?
But it's a little bit more power.
But it uses a little bit more power. So
that's a tough equation right there.
The
better to get more hash or use less power.
Or use less power.
Depends on if you pay for power. If you live in a city that they just pro-rate everything and don't ever do anything like Lehigh does.
Or if you put your rig somewhere where you don't pay for the power.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Another thing. So it's hopefully it will kind of loosen the stranglehold that the miners have on the GPU market right now.
Yeah, can you imagine just a gamer trying to get a video card right now?
So if you go on Reddit and you go to like r/PC Master Race or anything like that, R Gaming, everyone is so mad at the miners right now because all the good graphics cards are way too expensive at this point.
Guilty
I
as
barely
charged.
know her.
No.
Oh!
That doesn't even make any sense.
Doesn't.
So
Since it makes dollars.
Oh!
Like the two
James
old guys.
is on one.
Thank you. No, it's the old guys from the Muppets.
Yep, we got that.
Those guys are awesome.
So hopefully that helps.
So did your
But it's definitely not gonna. If you want to mine at higher hash rate on a single card, those aren't going to cover it for you.
Nope.
So
Let's stop.
going into that, I have.
Stop.
I was going to say.
No.
Going into that,
this is where our Slack conversation.
No. Well, I was going to say it'll lead into me finally talking about my gaming rig that I built.
Oh yeah,
Finally.
the new
months
Ryzen.
ago.
Let's just talk more about Tony's
You've had a lot of time to review it now.
I have.
Use it.
I've used it extensively for the last 2 months,
So,
month and a half.
Quick
That's why
overview of your specs.
Yep, this is Project Heimdall, and it is a Ryzen 7 1700X CPU on a gigabyte. Let's see, what is it? Something 370 Z370 gigabyte 7 gaming motherboard with 16 gigs of RAM. I did actually dive into the G-Skill AMD specific RAM on this one because I figured the compatibility would be better. Jury's still out on that, unfortunately. And then I went with two NVIDIA 1080 Ti graphics cards.
Woo!
And a 512 NVMe solid-state drive for my boot drive. And then I also have a 1 terabyte solid-state drive for my Steam games. A 512 solid-state drive for my other games
Now you're just bragging.
Ubisoft, EA,
Ubisoft.
Uplay.
Ubisoft gets its own hard drive.
All three of those.
Don't touch my other hard drives, Ubisoft.
All three of those are, and GOG I think is on there as well. Anyway,
Which, by the way, Ubisoft's new logo looks like a turd taken from
it's not good.
above. Yeah.
It's not good.
Anywho.
So anyway, I went with a EVGA DG85 or 86 case. It is a monstrously large case.
It's gigantic.
I didn't realize how big it was when I bought it online. I don't regret my decision, mostly, because it is so big.
I like
What
that.
kind of cooler?
I like
Gigantic.
that pause.
I mean, it
What
looks
kind of cooler? Did you already say what kind of cooler you put on it?
so I went with I went with kind of an EVGA centric build because I really like EVGA stuff. So I went with the EVGA case. I went with the EVGA 240 milliliter who's it CPU closed loop cooler, liquid cooler, and then I also sprung for the EVGA. I got the EVGA 1080 Ti Founders Editions cards, but I took the stock coolers off there and I put on hybrid liquid coolers on there.
So what good are
cool?
It feels pretty cool.
what good are the liquid coolers if you can't overclock your processor?
that
on
look
the
that
CPU?
he just gave
Yeah.
you
I
looked
thought you
like
meant-
he was going to kill you.
I thought you meant on the GPUs. I'm like, you can still overclock those. So that's the problem. My one complaint so far with the Ryzen R7 1700X is I tried for a couple days after I finished the build to overclock, and I could not get a good overclock on it. The best I could do without running a bunch of juice through the CPU and shortening the lifespan of it by who knows how much was...
Now, because this is liquid cooling, is that literal juice that you're talking about?
No, I was talking about voltage.
Oh,
I guess.
He pours some Capri Sun into it.
Yeah.
Some apple juice.
This juice is no good.
But it sure smells good.
Sure, shortening the life.
The best I could get was 3.9 gigahertz.
Can't get the straw in it.
Orange.
The straw's the worst part because it just squirts everywhere.
Oh, stab.
So the best I could get was 3.9 gigahertz, which the chip upclocks by itself automatically to 3.8, and sometimes even 3.9 if the cooling's good enough, says AMD. I have seen it get up to 3.9 by itself, but it doesn't happen very often. So I found out the problem, though. The problem isn't...
Whoa.
I don't think the problem's the chip. The problem is, unfortunately, the EVGA cooler.
Oh, EVGA.
Yeah, the software that it uses doesn't recognize correctly AMD Ryzen chipsets.
Oh.
And so it never actually takes note of what the CPU temperature is. And it bases
That's
all of
interesting.
its the flow of the liquid pump, the spin of the fan is all based on the temperature of the CPU. And it is only registering a sensor for the temperature of the coolant. And the coolant never gets as hot as the CPU.
Right.
So
that sucks.
So it doesn't do it right. So I wrote EVGA an email saying, "Hey, what's going on with this?" And they responded back and said, "We are aware of this issue. We're working on it in future driver releases for the product. Also, it could be this." And they named something off that I know it wasn't it. They were trying to deflect.
Right.
Like,
Is that what you
come on,
computer
just-
people tell
We
me?
know about this problem, but it could be this
Yeah,
one.
exactly. I'm like the bullshiz. I know exactly what it is. You just
They're just
admitted
trying to put a
it.
pillow over your
Yeah,
face.
pretty much. Yeah. And
Please
so,
don't post this publicly.
until they fix it, my hope of overclocking is basically zero because the temperatures can't keep up with what I want to do.
I wonder how it'll be once it's fixed.
I don't know because they finally released a new version of the software, the driver. And I was like, sweet. This was the other day. I download it, install it, and I look at the notes for what the update did.
Disappointment.
All it did was it said fixed LED issue.
That'd be funny if it said,
Yay.
"You're welcome,
Nobody
Tony."
cares about
thanks.
the LED. I just wanted to tell the temperature so it cools it better. Oh,
I know that
frustrating.
feeling when there's a patch comes out. I'm like, oh, is this the one that'll fix
Yep.
everything?
And
No.
it doesn't fix it, which is super frustrating because this is the first time, honestly, EVGA's ever failed me. I've bought their products for years. I love EVGA stuff, and yet here they are with this one that's a pretty big deal. You know, with
This is what you get for hero worship.
with the Ryzen launch year. I think you're exactly right. I should have gone with Corsair. I should have just got a Corsair cooler.
This is why I'm just like, I'm glad that I grew up without a dad, because if I would have had one, he could have disappointed
would have
me.
just disappointed
so
you.
I might as well just go with two moms.
My EVGA dad disappointed me.
Oh,
What I
So-
learned today is that coolers can have drivers
Yeah,
and firmware updates. I had no
exactly.
idea.
So until that gets fixed, it's kind of frustrating. I mean, running it at stock, honestly, is more than enough power than I need.
Have you been able to run games at full?
Yeah, I run all my games besides Deus Ex Mankind because that is not optimized well, and it is frustratingly poorly optimized, actually. Every other game I run at 4K max settings, 60 frames per second. I mean, it's just...
And it doesn't. It's smooth.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see it.
totally
Awesome.
smooth. It's glorious to behold. I love it, and I regret nothing except for that EVGA cooler. So, how that relates back to cryptocurrency, actually, real quick, is I do mine SIA.
Oh, it's so. This makes me
I
so
mine-
jealous.
I mine SIA coin on that when I'm not using it, and since the 1080 Ti's are really power hungry,
Yeah.
because they're just built for raw performance. But I went into the EVGA app. This one actually works for the GPUs, and I clocked them down to 60% of normal power consumption.
Right.
And I actually did. I took a hit of calculation. I went from 5,700 mega hash
Oh, shut up.
to about 4,800 mega hash.
How much do you get dual mining in with your rig?
That's 10 times more than what
Same
I get.
here. Yeah, that's literally 10 times more than what I get.
What happened when I did that was my temperatures went from 55 Celsius to 45 Celsius. So I think it was worth it just for the longevity of the cards.
Since that's your gaming rig, that makes sense.
Exactly. So as a result, at about 4,700 mega hash, I get about 510-ish SIA coins per day is what I end up mining, which is a far cry from our 0.75 per month of Ether.
But when you look at the conversion, you can actually... So there's a lot of other altcoins you can go out and mine. In fact, I'm mining a couple others with some crappy PCs in my house just with the CPU. It's like down to hashes per second.
Yeah, not mega hash, just
not
hash.
even killahash, just hashes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's bad. But you can kind of like trade them up. So you can go to exchanges and you can go exchange SIA. You can actually it's like a 16-to-1 for SIA to Ethereum.
Okay.
So at about 18,
not 16-to-1.
It's about 18,000 SIA is one Ethereum.
Okay. Yeah.
18,000.
Yeah.
Or is it 1,800?
No, it's 18,000.
I'll get that in 1 year.
Only 18,000.
18,000. Well, it was last time I checked. 18,000 SIA for one Ethereum.
For one Ethereum.
Yeah.
So
that's not terrible.
No.
But that's
like a month of mining for me.
For you.
Yeah.
SIA right now.
10 months for me and Owen.
See, and I don't know what the mega hash I get on mine. I guess I could check, but I get about 269 a day. So I'm doing about half as much.
So your mega hash would be
because you have
around
because you're
2,200.
running one 1080.
Yeah, I'm running 1080.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about cryptocurrency again.
Anyway.
Oh, see, this is what happens in our Slack. And then I gotta make a penguin video and
to
somebody on YouTube
clear your
tells
palate.
me that
It's a duck, man. That's totally
I
a
suck
duck.
duck on duck on.
He was just
The
ducking
word
around.
he used was cack.
He was just, he was just ducking around.
Dude, I
So-
went to his YouTube page and commented on all of his videos, and
Did you tell him he sucked cack?
dude, his videos are so bad. I told him, dude, you need to get in the game, man.
He's turned you into a troll.
Yeah.
He
made you
activated
troll.
you.
He activated me.
Activated your troll.
You know,
you got triggered.
He
It's
turned
like
you
he
into
said-
what you hate most.
He's like Victor, chair, skateboard, trolley cart. And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go to his page. Downvote.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so what were we
All right.
talking about?
Nintendo E3. Let's
Yeah!
switch gears.
Do we want to do that right now, or
Is
do we
that
want to take a
approved?
side tangent onto what I was going to talk about, which is
Oh.
we can talk about your stuff.
Nintendo.
Woo!
So they showed off a lot of Super Mario Odyssey.
They did, and that game. I think it looks good.
All the white
think it
people.
looks
This game's
awesome.
racist. All the Mexican people. This game's awesome because of the Mexican hat.
Yeah, because hats are racist.
What? What are you talking
Didn't
about?
you hear that? There's like a bunch of people that are like, it's so racist because
There was a
Mario-
sombrero.
Yeah, there's a sombrero.
That's oh my gosh.
But it's just like those are the professional like victims on the internet.
Yeah.
What about the Italians? They've been profiled for the last 30 years with
Yeah.
Mario.
I know
Come
so
on.
many Italians, and I have yet to see one or hear one go hoo-hoo every time he gets like a coin or jumps.
They only do it when you're not around.
Or wear those overalls.
They don't want to conform to the stereotype.
Dude, I went to France and I didn't see one single person, A, smoking a cigarette, 2, wearing one of those weird hats, or
What about the
3,
mustaches?
eating what?
What about the mustaches?
No. And I didn't hear one person go hee hee hee. I didn't hear a single person do that. There was no songs about poisson. Les poissons, les poissons. Hee, hee, hee. Let's talk about
That's
something
some of
else,
the Little
guys.
Mermaid, but I know that because
Yep,
I have
Little
kids.
Mermaid.
Oh, thank you. Okay,
You're
so
not
you guys
suppo-
get the reference,
Yeah,
but you
we-
just wanted to leave me out to dry on that
Well,
last
it's a
one?
little
You're
bit
ex-
strange
you're
because
exactly
you
right.
don't have kids and anything. So I didn't
Wow,
know.
thanks for reminding me that I'm sterile. It's like I got you on bottom.
You're
That's
sterile?
reminding me that I can't have kids, and then we just found out the other day, and then no, we didn't. That was a bad joke. Sorry.
I almost felt so horrible.
I know. I realized like 2 seconds into that bit, I'm like, wave off.
Too far. Too far.
Well, as far as I know, I haven't taken the test, but I got one scheduled for next month. That's TMI.
That
so
should
I
be
got
fun.
I got Owen coming from the bottom saying that I might be sterile, and then I got Jaren ironically on top saying
like
your
being on
parents
top.
don't love you, and then I got Tony somewhere in the middle, just there.
I'm just there.
Yeah,
Taking occasional jabs.
yeah.
Oh.
Just didn't know. I did. That's a Little Mermaid reference.
What was?
That
All right, let's talk
that
about
reference.
Nintendo.
Okay.
So Super Mario Odyssey,
Is it open world?
it looks like it's open world.
It looks like it, but then it doesn't.
Yeah.
Didn't Nintendo
I'm
say
confused.
that that's kind of the route that they're going to take because Zelda Breath of the Wild
That
did
was-
so well?
It was more of just speculation.
It definitely looks like different worlds that you can go to, but I'm not sure how
Yeah.
linear those worlds are.
I think to me it looks like open world in the sense that there's probably a hub world like Super Mario 64.
Yeah, it's probably like Super Mario
that
64,
leads
only
to
huge.
big open levels.
Dude,
So-
I hope it's like Super Mario 64. That
I guess
game's awesome.
I guess
Yeah.
Super Mario 64 wasn't linear either. It's just the levels are small because
Yeah.
it was on the 64.
Correct.
See, that's the kind of open world that I like, where it's open world, but it also kind of drives you one direction at a time.
Yeah.
But you can go do other stuff, but it's better because that's the problem that I had a lot with Zelda Breath of the Wild is like at one point, have you got? No, maybe you haven't gotten there. But at one point, you're supposed to go to the top of a mountain, but there's a good way to go up that has like steps and like a good amount of enemies on the way up to go like get a dragon and get the scale off a dragon. But I went the other way. I pretty much just scaled up like one side of the mountain.
You
And
always go the other way.
dude, I always
That's the
100%
story
of the
of
time.
your life.
It's like the butter with the bread and throwing it on the ground, and it'll always land butter side
Is
up.
this a Cosby joke?
No, see that I was talking about that earlier. So have you seen Have you seen the meme where they put buttered toast on top of a cat and then they drop it
And it just floats.
and it just makes
It
perpetual
spins.
energy?
Yeah.
That's like my favorite meme because cats always land on their feet, but toast always lands on the
For
butter
some
side
reason,
up.
when you said buttered toast, I thought of Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Buttered toast.
Buttered toast.
But that's kind of the discussion, though, because people are calling the Zelda open world like the new open world.
The new normal.
Yeah, like the new normal. And Horizon Zero Dawn, where it is a little bit more linear in their open worldness.
Like
That-
you can go anywhere. It's like World of Warcraft. You can go anywhere, but it kind of just more.
Yeah.
Guides you.
And
Guidelines.
they're saying that that's like the old style open world.
Oh,
So-
really? Yeah,
So it's interesting.
We'll see what happens.
I prefer the old style.
Small note: Metroid 4 was announced.
Metroid Prime,
Prime
right?
4.
This is
Oh,
Prime.
I am excited for
What's the
this.
difference
So-
between Metroid and Metroid Prime?
Metroid is side scroller. Metroid Prime is first person.
Yeah.
It's two different games.
When was the last one? When was Metroid Prime 3?
Long
Was
time
that
ago.
GameCube?
It was
Yeah.
Wii.
It was Wii, the first Wii.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's been a while since they've come out. They pushed this, and they didn't really talk much about it, just other
all
than
they
to
did-
say
It's like, it's
that
coming.
Yep,
coming,
that's
right?
it. That's all they did.
They didn't show anything.
Didn't show
right?
any footage or anything, just a logo
Right.
and that it's coming. And then they also announced a new Metroid game for the 3DS, which is a remake of Metroid 2.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It'll be on the 3DS.
Quick side note about that. I was reading a lot of stuff online that like Metroid Prime 4 was kind of overshadowing the new Xbox One X. And people were like, dude, this Xbox One S is like
X.
Xbox One, Xbox
Yep, that one.
Yeah, that one. It's like overshadowing this, but like this is like a complete game changer, and all you did is just show like
A logo.
A logo.
Yeah.
Like what the?
It's interesting. People freak out about certain things, though. Metroid is one of them.
Yeah.
It looks
a
cool.
Big deal.
Still no news on the Virtual Console.
Yeah, still no news there.
Bummer.
But also in Nintendo news this week, SNES Classic.
So they're gonna start printing more money,
Yeah, basically.
maybe.
And then decide that they've
You
printed
guys
enough money.
want money?
Now, I wasn't interested in the NES Classic at all, but this, oh man, there's a lot of cool
Star
games
Fox
in it.
2.
21 games, one of which is an unreleased
Yeah.
Super Nintendo game called Star Fox 2.
But it has like
That's
all
exciting.
awesome games: Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country,
Oh,
man.
Super Mario World.
Bunch of good games.
Homeworld. That is a game that I've been wanting. Homebound.
Earthbound.
Homeward Bound. That game is a
that's a
game
dog
that I've
movie.
wanted to play forever. Does this include save states? Do you have save states on this system? The
You do on the NES Classic, so I would.
So probably.
Okay,
I
because
would
the
assume.
SNES is the one system that I skipped over.
Yeah, so this will be your chance to play at least
And
20,
it's only
21 of the games.
$79.99.
Yeah, 80 bucks.
Yeah.
If you can find it.
Can we buy it right now?
No.
Can we
No,
pre-order
it's
it?
not even pre-orderable yet. But if you do want to get, there are a couple of online outlets that are letting you sign up for notifications
Yeah.
for when it will be which is Walmart, Amazon, and what was the other one? Best Buy.
I'm going to go to Amazon right now.
So it's-
GameStop doesn't have your
Not
notification.
not yet. Not
No.
yet. I've
It's-
already put myself on all those lists.
in the same week, Sega also released some classic games, but on mobile.
Why not?
But the ports have been kind of terrible, and
Yeah,
it's
horrible.
Kinda,
Yeah.
They're
it's kind of
janky.
interesting how Nintendo and Sega have approached their back catalog.
Yeah.
Right.
Nintendo, it really feels like their back catalog is like valuable. Like, oh, I still want to play that. Whereas Sega,
Oh yeah.
it feels like they're squandering their stuff.
I looked at Sega's thing, and first of all, I was like, well, it's neat that it's free. There are
Right.
free options and
yeah, but
pay
it's
options.
not fun to play on your phone.
That's
though.
the problem. Is
You-
even on the latest technology, the iPhone 7, the Galaxy S8,
They can't get the
still
frame
run
rates.
janky.
Yeah, they
You know
were
what
really
would
bad.
be-
It's terrible.
If
They
I was
tripped over
Sega,
it.
especially for like the Sega handheld games that are coming out, what Sega should do is, you can release it for free, but come out with like a controller, like a Sega controller
Yeah.
that locks your
Something.
phone in.
They,
Yeah.
they already support Bluetooth controllers on it, so you can do that already.
Yeah, but I want a Sega sponsored one.
Yeah.
No, those Sega controllers weren't that great.
It's the crazy thing about it though is you have games like Phantasy Star 2.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a turn-based RPG. How do you mess
Yeah.
up performance on a turn-based
Yeah.
RPG?
How do you mess up performance on a 30-year-old game?
That's another thing.
Yeah, right.
Because the article I was reading about it stated specifically that there was already a Genesis emulator that worked on the 3GS. iPhone 3GS. How many years ago was that, Jaron?
Oh man.
6?
7.
7? And it ran much better.
I appreciate
The
your
same
accounting
games.
this episode, by the way. I don't want that to go unnoticed.
Well, I screwed it up the first time.
They've been trying to push these games to really high frame rates, though, like on these devices, and I think that's where,
Well, yeah, and they ended up pushing them right into the ground.
yeah, they kind of pooped on it.
Oh, hey, breaking news. Season 3 of Rick and Morty will be out July 26th.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
And there is a new little preview for it,
I
too.
missed the Rick and Morty bus because I got my wires crossed and thought it was coming to the arts festival here in Utah. But
Oh, no, it was
it
a
was
Black Cat
it was a black.
Comics.
How was it? Besides
I left
the
early.
hundreds of people, thousands of people that showed up.
So we showed up. It was officially open at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We showed up at 11:30, just per chance. We stayed in a hotel up in Salt Lake the night before, and I just wanted
for
to.
Rick and Morty, you stayed in a hotel?
Well, we wanted to have an interesting weekend. This is one of the only weekends that,
means
I
yes.
don't have anything. So we showed up at 11:30 and we got a ticket, which I actually appreciate how they did that.
Right.
So you don't have to like stay and sit in line
Yeah.
with a bunch of stinky people.
Fight with people,
And then have people's friends show up and,
Cut in line and everything.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but arriving an hour and a half before it even started, I was 182nd in line.
Oh,
And
Wow.
by the time that I got up to the front, they were already sold out of one thing that I wanted. Which
It was
apparently I
crazy.
can buy on Amazon. A lot of this stuff you can buy on Amazon.
So here's-
the shirt
So why go in the first place?
the shirt that
the
me and
oddity.
Owen got,
Yeah.
you can't.
So here's the
Right.
thing. I got there at 11:50. So 15, 20 minutes after James got his ticket.
Yeah.
I got 2:36.
Wow.
Okay. I sat there in line and with James and Alexa and
Pompously, I might add, he's the guy that
I brought a
the
camping chair, man.
and he just
Why am
sat
I going
there.
to stand
and just-
in line when I can sit in line?
And then just slid it forward in
yeah,
increments.
Yeah. So I waited for, what did I wait for? About an hour. I waited till about 2.
You waited for. You were there at like so you were there for 2 hours.
I was there for 2 hours total, and after an hour, I went up and looked because you could go in and get pretty close to the
Yeah, but you didn't see the
truck.
complete price sheet,
I
which
didn't-
I tweeted out,
That's
by
true.
the way, at
I didn't look
JDD
at the-
Jensen if you
I
want to
just
take a look at that.
I just tried to get a peek at the actual merchandise, and I saw what was there, and I decided, you know what, this line is going to be at least another hour.
yeah, but it's
how
worth
much
it.
longer
It's
was
wo-
it?
It's worth it.
It's another
seeing
hour
it.
and a half.
It was another hour, but
And I
it
said,
was
you know
worth
what?
100%.
The T-shirt I actually want is the one that says it's black and has the design is purple on it, and it says crap. I can't remember the name of it.
It's hold on, I'm looking it up. Keep talking.
So it turns out though the shirt specifically "Don't Even Trip Road Trip" shirt,
Yep, I'm gonna buy one right now.
and I wanted that shirt, and that shirt's available on the Adult Swim website for the same price as if I were to wait in line and purchase it in
Including
person.
shipping?
Yeah, including shipping.
Oh, man.
So I just bought it on my phone right there in line, and I said, "All right, see you later. I'm out, guys." I got my picture in front of the Rick.
Cool truck, I'm out.
Yep, I got my picture in front of the Rick Mobile. I got a good picture of the misc tube thingy. You know those tube thingies that they put up in front of like appliance stores?
You know, people just like standing in line.
I guess. I didn't.
I brought my Switch. It was fine.
I'll tell you what. Honestly,
but by the way,
the thing that pushed me over the edge was we hit the edge of the shade, and I saw it's an hour plus in the sun with my ginger skin.
Ooh.
I'm out.
Yep.
I'm out.
But
There'll be nothing left of
shout
you.
out to
I would have been a cinder.
Yeah.
shout out to Gadget Spot listener Gage. We ran into a fan of the program who was right in front of us in line. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
How cool of a name is Gage, by the way?
Pretty cool.
And we ran into his friend, and I don't know if he's a fan. So anyhow, Gage, what's up, dude?
Thanks
for listening.
Sounds like an X-Men name.
Right?
Yeah.
So does James Jensen.
Oh yeah. Hey, Gage.
Jim Jensen, like Jim Henson, except for
Whose phone
Jim
is ringing?
Jensen.
It's mine.
Put it on mute.
It's actually out of my computer.
Wow.
The one we're recording out of. I can't really turn it off.
Turn it off. Turn your phone off.
Okay. Let's see. Man.
Thrifty 50. Didn't you?
Yeah, let's talk about
didn't you
Thrifty.
get that?
I'm just going to mention it because next episode I'll do a full review. I got the Hyperkin Retro HD NES console.
Did we do an unboxing video for that?
I did an unboxing video. I haven't edited it though.
Okay.
I just did it yesterday.
I'm having him edit it.
Whoa.
And
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the worst one because James, you do great work.
I want. Oh,
Yeah, it'll probably suck.
yeah.
So look for that. So it's basically for $40 you get a little box that you stick the original NES cartridges in, and it uses a hardware emulator, not just a software emulator, but a hardware emulator to play the NES games on your TV.
It looked good. The
And
picture.
that's the thing is it uses HDMI, it does 720p, and we were playing it before we started recording today, as well as I played it with it yesterday. And it runs really good.
Yeah.
There is, if you're really familiar with the games from the original NES, you will notice that there are some slight color variations compared to the original NES, and a few sound variations. It doesn't sound quite 100% accurate. The pitch is a little bit off on some of the sound effects. I don't know that because I never had an NES, but I was reading about it online from other users. So to me, it's 100% great.
Yeah, well,
as opposed to 98% terrible.
As opposed to 98% great.
the old CRT TVs actually made those old games look better.
They did, yes.
Because, like, if you see screenshots of, like, Sonic the Hedgehog emulated on a computer versus how it actually was, on the computer you'll see a bunch of pixels, you know, but on the CRT TVs, the scan lines, it, like, makes all the colors bleed into one another.
It smoothed things over quite a bit.
It looks glorious. It looks really good on the old TVs.
So this particular unit, like most of them out there that you can get, it does its best to kind of compensate for that. And it
smooth the edges.
Smooth the edges a little bit, make the pixels not so janky looking. But it does a good job. You can play in either 16:9 format or 4:3. I choose 4:3 because that's the original.
Does 16:9 just stretch out the picture?
16:9 stretches the picture and zooms in a little bit. So
okay, yeah, that wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, 4:3, even though there's big black bars on the right and left side, I still prefer it over the 16:9. But I gotta say, so far for $40, if you have old cartridges you want to play, or you want to get into playing old NES cartridges, because you could still get them pretty cheap.
Yeah, if there's like a used game store.
Yeah, you can get
there.
most games for $10 or less, and there's some just classic gems on the NES. We were playing Super C. That was a lot of fun. It was really hard.
Do you got Contra?
Super C is
Really
Contra.
hard.
What?
Yeah, that's Contra 3.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Or maybe
far.
Contra 2. Anyway, it's a sequel.
There's like
And
Do the cheat codes work from the original? Have you tried like
well,
any
it's
of the?
it's the original cartridge, so
Right.
it should
I
work.
would assume
The-
so.
up,
I-
up, down, down.
It's probably
left,
not.
left, right. Select a start.
BA select
BA.
start.
Yeah, VA select start.
So I borrowed a couple games from my friend Brian Twyman, who is in the unboxing video because he bought one as well. He bought the gray version. I bought the black version.
Whose is better?
They're exactly the same, just different color plastic.
Yeah, which one do you like better?
Which one works harder? Is he's trying to say?
I like the black one.
The
think
black
it's
one's
cool.
definitely
Really?
better.
You
Yeah.
like the black one over the gray?
Yeah,
Of course, in 2017,
I have more
you'd say that.
Mind blown.
you know, I actually have more black shirts than gray.
Well, they look so used that
Yeah.
they're more gray now.
Yeah, exactly. They
So
were black though.
I'll do a full review on it later, but so far, so good. I borrowed some games from Twyman. I borrowed Kirby's Adventure, Super C, and it also it does play the homebrew games as well that you can buy now that are in the NES cartridges. I got Dig
That's
Dug.
cool.
which apparently Dig Dug was never on the NES. The first Dig Dug game on the NES was Dig Dug 2.
Really? Did Doug just release in Japan?
No, it was never out at all on the NES.
Oh, what did it come out with? The first one come out on? Atari?
Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, anyway, full review on that probably next time, but so far it's pretty dang cool.
I felt like that was a full review right there.
No. Maybe it was.
Dude,
We'll see.
I follow Austin Beauregard, one of our Patreon backers, on Facebook. He looks so happy. Quick side note, a little bit of happiness in
You
the
know
world.
why? Because he donated to our Patreon.
Well, I'm not saying that it's directly connected, but I'm not saying that it's not connected. So he just looks happy. So good on you, Beauregard. Good on you.
Also, a public service announcement right now. If you're a PC gamer, the Steam Summer Sale is on full tilt.
I have seen so many memes where they're just like, just log off of Steam.
Yeah,
before
it's,
you're broke.
Is there anything
Before
that you
you're broke.
guys that's been on your wish list that came up? I know
I
for
have
me
a-
it was Age of Empires 2 HD.
My wish list is, I think, 19 or 20 games, and 17 out of those 19 games are on sale.
Oh,
how
man.
many are you
I'm
guys
not
going to buy?
I'm not gonna get them all. I'll probably get one or two.
Did you say you were going on a buying strike?
Yeah, that's why I haven't bought anything yet.
I'm impressed.
I'm going to log on to Steam right
So
now.
yeah, that'll be going for the next week or so. If you're a PC gamer, check that out. Good deals on good games. Let us hit on.
Do you want me to
Let's-
talk about really quickly, go over what I was going to talk about?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, kind of what I wanted to talk about was just for anybody who's wanted to make videos and wants to use my little kind of semi-crappy videos as a jumping off point for
Don't say that. They're very good videos.
They're fantastic.
My
you.
wife constantly says how good they are. And my son, that duck video he put out, he's watched that at least 20
Dude,
times.
I watched-
I show it to him. He's like, again? Watch it again?
It's the song. Like, so what I did is I found a Reddit, a subreddit, and I saw somebody made the GIF of that duck who I cited, and then somebody in that subreddit as well in the comments cited that song. So I was like, I'm going to put this to that. And then I noticed that the duck originally had a native green background, so I keyed out the green and put in our pictures. If you guys haven't seen it, go to our Facebook page. It's pretty awesome. But I watch it every time I get bummed. It's a fun little song. It's a cute little duck. But
I love the sound effects you put in, too.
Oh yeah,
The
I
squish,
did add,
squish.
Yeah, the squish squish.
Yeah.
So just for anybody that's wanted to get into videos, the best thing that I can tell anybody who has footage, and I see it a lot with people who own GoPros and they take them everywhere and they film stuff and then they never edit it. Guys, just edit it. It's like the easiest thing in the world. Like you can get iMovie for cheap. You can.
iMovie's free.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, I was thinking Final Cut.
Cheap as free.
Yeah, iMovie's great. I'm a Premiere guy myself, but a couple of tools that I wanted to throw out there for if you're getting a little bit more serious is a couple of tools that I utilize at work. I use Voices 123. If you're looking into getting a voice actor for something in your video, this is an amazing website. You have to spend at least $100 per.
Whoa.
I know this is getting a little bit more serious, but per assignment. But you post pretty much the parameters of what you want. You designate whatever kind of voice actor you want. You say how many minutes of dialogue you want, and then you just send them the dialogue, and then it's just to hire voice actors. Voices 123 is amazing, and then whoever wants to try it out, they send you their auditions, and you can act as the casting director. Voices 123 is amazing. If you want to get into more miscellaneous assets for video
Miscellaneous what?
assets.
Oh, assets.
For Premiere, especially, and I know that they have some plugins for Final Cut. Go check out Red Giant. That's it. They have, especially if you're a student, they have really, really good programs as far as like syncing video. That's what I use. I use their Pluralize. They have good offloaders for, I don't know, just go check it out. Redgiant.com. Same with Video Copilot. If you want to get into 3D modeling and you already use After Effects, get into Video Copilot. DaVinci Resolve is a really good program if you wanted to get it for color correcting. And anybody who does video, it'd be kind of weird if you didn't know about the last three websites that I pointed you towards. Also, Video Blocks is great if you want to get into B-roll. YouTube is great for, obviously, tutorials. I go there to grab sound effects, honestly. If you just want like splish splash audio sound effect, just grab it and then convert it to MP3. Pond 5 is great for music. That's where I get all of the music for our videos. And freesound.org is also great for sound effects, just in general. I don't like going to that website because I don't want to go that in depth with sound effects because a lot of the times if you've seen our videos, I've edited them anywhere between, like the duck took me about 20 minutes versus like the gun shooting one. It's mainly just scrubbing through the video and getting the jump cuts. That one took me about 2.5 hours, give or take a little bit. But if you have some serious time, go to freesound.org. And yeah, so guys, just do it. Just get in, edit these videos. You know you want to. Gosh dang, you guys are really not enthralled by this.
I actually am. I just don't understand it. I don't have any raw video, so I'm not one of the people you're talking to right
I
now.
like how passionate you are about it.
I know, this is the one thing that I'm minorly passionate about. But the funny thing is I might not be doing video for much longer for my work. So we'll see.
We'll see.
I might be the assistant to somebody soon.
Let's hope they're not listening to this.
They're not.
Oh, they're not. They're not my mom.
Okay, we got time for another couple. Okay, real quick. Silicon Valley's not a hot dog app.
Yeah,
have you been watching this season?
Yeah, I have.
So funny.
So the Not a Hot Dog app is available on
Definitely intended for mature audiences.
Yeah,
by the way,
it
Silicon
is.
Valley, but
Yep.
super funny.
Oh my gosh, there's an app.
What's the Not a Hot Dog app, Owen?
The Not a Hot Dog app is an app that just tells you if what you've taken a picture of is a hot dog or not. That's it. You really have to watch this show. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, you'll get the
but
joke.
you need to watch the show in order to get the joke. But it is fantastic.
Not a
hot dog app.
Hot dog.
In other news with Silicon Valley, so they talk about the whole show's premise is about compression.
A compression algorithm by a startup company.
By a startup company that's supposed to improve compression for data, video, all sorts of stuff for the internet, for whatever. And it's obviously fictional, but two people, the Mike Judge and Alec, I don't know his other name, but he's the other creator of it.
Uh-huh.
Baldwin.
No.
Guinness.
I don't remember his last name.
Berg.
Anyway, they're
Baldwin.
they're both on track to get a Nobel Peace Prize.
What?
Like a shared Nobel Peace Prize, because two scientists from MIT decided to go and really figure out this middle out
What?
compression, and they're like, obviously it's not going to be as insane as the show. Like,
no, obviously.
but whatever. But yeah, there's a story that I read. There's a story that I read that they're actually working on it. They published papers on it, on a new compression algorithm. And if
So not a Peace Prize, but a science, Nobel Science.
yeah, Nobel Science. Yeah, and
I was wondering
not
how,
the Peace Prize.
What does that have to do with peace?
Yeah,
That's pretty
But the
funny.
Nobel Science, and their names will be on it. The Mike Judge, which, if you can imagine that guy getting a
The guy who created Beavis and Butthead.
yeah, exactly,
Getting
that
a
award.
credit.
Yeah, getting a credit towards that. So it's pretty crazy, just because it's that whole art imitating life.
You know
life
what?
imitating art.
We need to start a new segment on the show that's just called like Wild Ideas, and just spout off wild things in the hopes that one sticks and we get a Nobel Peace Prize. Because that would look good on a resume.
I think that would just lead people to create
Not
things
peace.
based on what we might come up with, and then we get nothing out of it.
I want a beard oil that also doubles as a condiment.
It could be
That
like
sounds disgusting.
Peace Prize!
Oh no, it's like a baster.
Yep.
You put the stuff
could
in your
become
beard
the-
and just wipe your beard on the meat.
Just speaking as the only
I
person
do.
with
I
a
smoke.
full-
I smoke meat, and that could be your mop.
would
You
be-
could go mop your meat with your
How
beard
about
oil.
a
disgusting.
flame retardant beard oil? A lot of my
It's
ideas
retardant.
really just...
Oh, nailed it.
It's not retarded. It's retardant.
That's what I said.
No.
Play back the audio. I said retardant. For all of our listeners, they know I'm right.
We're the gadget. We'll become the Gadget Spot think tank.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know if
The
anybody.
Gadget Spot Tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Well, Owen, was there anything else you wanted to hit on?
Just there's a couple of small stories there. Amazon has patented a
Amazon- Yep.
multi-level fulfillment center for unmanned aerial vehicles. They want to
Whoa.
make a beehive in the middle of the city.
You're talking about a MILF quab.
Yeah, I put
What?
this.
Oh, a
MILF
MILF?
MILF collab.
MILF collab. Anyway, the acronym needs work. They're still working on that, I'm sure. But the multi-level fulfillment center for unmanned aerial vehicles,
I just heard MILFs.
MILF collab.
All I'm
Got my
saying is
attention.
you need to place a bomb in there that's not hardwired into anything just in case. Just throwing that out there.
why?
Mark my words.
Oh, just in case they
For when the robot
Big-
overlords become sentient,
self-aware,
Yeah.
and they try to pull the plug.
that's
don't
going to
think
be
you're
their
wrong.
bombing hive.
Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong.
So
yeah,
No, we're not giving them access to bombs.
No.
That'll make it even worse.
It's like
You have to hide
the
it.
Galactica. It's not hardwired.
it's not
into
hardwired.
anything.
It's old tech.
Yeah, it's old tech.
Yeah, but the Beehive, they want to build a building vertical that has windows
That's
that
crazy.
that will so they patented the idea. Obviously, there's a lot more work that's going
They
to
patented an idea of a tall building with a lot of
it.
windows.
Yeah, to
That lets drones in and out.
Drones
Is
to
that
charge.
like Apple, where they're like, "We're geniuses. We patented the touching a screen."
No, this actually sounds pretty cool.
Yep.
Can't you ever just be on my side?
Do you know what else sounds pretty cool? Liberty Plus Total Wireless Earphones by
Yeah.
Zolo.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how those
I believe
come
it
out,
when
right?
I see it.
That sounds like the sequel to a really bad Grand Theft Auto
Liberty
game.
Plus.
Yeah, so this is a new Kickstarter. The company is actually Anchor, who
Hey, I
makes,
know them.
Yeah, they make a bunch of those peripherals like portable battery packs and
Speakers,
cases,
Bluetooth
I have one of
speakers.
those.
stuff
I
like
think.
that. They're a good company. They make good stuff. So it's curious why they're not using their brand name behind it.
Because they don't believe in it.
Are they running it behind Liberty Plus as the brand name?
No, the Zolo is the brand
Oh,
name.
Zolo.
Liberty
right,
Plus
yeah.
is
right,
the product.
Okay.
So they're brand new wireless earbuds, and I have some sort of weird passion for wireless earbuds.
Did
So-
you sign up for this Kickstarter?
I did.
I
I
actually
Okay.
did.
Yeah, but I can back out of it in the next 26 days, and I might. But I just wanted to secure the $89 pricing because normally it'll be $150. I got $60 off.
That's
so
good.
I have 26 more days to change my mind.
What makes these special, real quick?
So they're saying that they have solved all of the problems with other wireless earbuds. So problems being poor sound quality, which some people say the AirPods have. I think the sound quality is okay. The other problems being that they're loose or uncomfortable,
Yeah.
Show us what you got.
unreliable Bluetooth connectivity.
Right.
AirPods don't have that problem, but others do, and short battery life. So the cool thing, the thing that really made me excited about this is the battery case that it comes with has 48 hours of juice for these things. So they only last 3.5 hours on a charge, but as soon as you take them out of your ear, put them in the case, they'll charge again up to 48 hours. The AirPods can only do 24 hours, so
Oh, suck it, Apple.
you'll be charging these probably once every 2 months, depending on how long you use them. But that's a really long charging time.
Yeah.
They say they fixed the Bluetooth connectivity problems. They're using Bluetooth 5.0, I think it is.
Yeah.
Graphene enhanced sound quality. So like the drivers are made of graphene. So we'll see if that does anything.
That's
How
the
many-
material of the future.
How many different types of Bluetooth are there right now?
I think 5.
5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, that's wrong because there's 4, 4.1, 4.2, 3, 5, 2, and 1, I think.
So they
I might have missed some, though.
they
I
have
think-
these drop quotes on their Kickstarter page.
I think
And
there's a 2.1 as well.
one of them's pretty hilarious. There's a drop quote from 9 to 5 Toys, and it is, "You can apparently expect an unrivaled 48 hours of playback when paired with the portable battery charging case."
That's the quote they chose?
That's the quote they
You can
chose.
apparently... Wow.
So that quote alone is really making me doubt my investment, and I think I might back out now. But it's pretty funny. It's like the guy from CNET says that I got a chance to give a pre-production Liberty Plus a quick spin. I'll reserve final judgment on sound quality
Another.
until I get a final shipping sample. But my initial impression was that they sounded better than Apple's AirPods.
Okay.
So
Another less than thrilling review there. I'm not going to say anything.
yeah.
Oh, wait till it's actually production, but, sounds pretty good.
And normally I would say do not ever back hardware on Kickstarter, but Anchor is doing it, so I get a little bit comfort in that. And they have pre-production units. I don't know.
Justify it to yourself, Jared. Justify it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and this they have something called an LDS antenna, which helps the two earbuds stay in sync.
Oh.
They're harnessing the power of God.
Whoa!
Anyway, keep your eye out for that. I wouldn't back it like I did, but
Jared does it so you don't have to.
Yeah.
they might be good, and they're a pretty reasonable price too, $150.
Hey, that's the review that we get on our podcast. They might be good.
Boom.
Yeah,
Pretty reasonable.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it.
Yep.
We done?
Bears versus Babies. If you back that on Kickstarter, I get mine tomorrow.
What is it?
What is that?
It's the new card game by the Oatmeal.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
But
Cool. All
I
right.
don't think I got anything else.
I think we're good.
Go to YouTube and watch our shooting video.
Yeah, that's a good video.
And check out all of our other videos and tell your friends about us and rate us on iTunes. Please, we need more listeners.
Oh, that would be awesome. Ratings on iTunes rock.
Yeah.
We like those.
Does that help with SEO?
Sure.
By sure, do you mean probably?
No, it doesn't. But
dang it.
it'd be cool if Apple like recognized us and stuff.
Yeah, we
Hey,
got on some list somewhere, didn't we?
No,
Oh.
no, we never did.
Yeah, the watch list.
They're like, watch out for these guys.
The IRS put us on the
the
list after
women's
all these
watch
coin.
list.
Women's watch. I see what he did there.
He nailed that.
He's talking about your women's watch,
He
James.
fired. That's a shot from a mile down range.
Man, like a sniper.
Yep. We hope you care.